this. Kaya niyagit kami really, basta gili chat mo kan.
Great, yes.
Or I'll just see your screen up and then I'll know. Barry, where are you located? Welcome.
Thank you. In Dallas, Texas.
Oh, nice. I've been to Houston.
Very nice.
I don't. Did you? What was you signed? Oh, Barry Schwitzer. There it is. Okay.
Right.
To ask. I like knowing where people are. I forgot to ask it on the Google form. So, okay. So we got Texas, Ohio, New Jersey. I'm in Israel. I'm in Jerusalem, and Nir and Amir are in Herzliya. Somewhere near that.
Tel Aviv, actually, but yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So I'm Smadar Goldstein. I'm the CEO of JETS, Jerusalem EdTech Solutions. Dan's been with us for a couple of workshops, so thank you for coming back for more. Barry and Lori, I don't think I've met you before, but welcome. What we do at JETS is we do a lot of digital curriculum, which I'm happy to share with you as well also after, but that's not the focus of today. We have a lot of really great online courses for students, Hebrew school students, and Jewish day school students that match you throughout the year. And then I met, here's Naama from Philadelphia, and I met Nir and Amir at an education conference, Prisma, Digital Education Conference in Atlanta. And we were so impressed with what they did that we agreed to work together. And they are obviously in the digital world, and they are obviously masters of the digital world and of the virtual workspace, and they understand, I believe, how students think and how to reach students where they're at, which I feel right now as Jewish educators, we should be the leaders of education. We always were. Jews were one of the first communities in the world to have free public schooling, and look how that's turned around. Look how that's turned out. Okay? But back in the day in Israel, where I stand today, there was a Rabbi Yeshua Ben Gamla, and he started the first free public school. It was only for boys at the time, but that was cultural. This was about 1,500 years ago. And we want to be the leaders, and we want kids to feel like we're the leaders, and that we know what's going on, and we know how they think, and we know they think with the phones in their hands, and that you take their phone away, and their brain's just kind of like, what? Hard for them to concentrate. So, hi, Mina.
Hi.
So, without any further ado, Mir, just share your screen when you're ready, and you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, and take me a...
And here he is, Van himself. Are you outside? You're running this webinar outside.
No, just a second. I'm going to... Just a second.
Okay. So Amir is a math teacher from what we call the Merkaz in Israel, which means the center of the country. Much hotter there, so we like to think of ourselves as the cooler Jerusalem segment. And we, like I said, we met, and I was very impressed with their app and what they do. So hopefully you have it all on your smartphones, because we're going to do a little exercise with it, but not right now. First, he wants to kind of give you a little intro about where it was. So we're also welcoming Mina in New Jersey. Oh, Mina, you met Dan at the last workshop, the online mensch workshop.
Hi. That's right. I remember that.
And the Amma came to...
Where's Dan from?
Dan, where are you from? She wants to know.
Can you see my screen for now?
1 second. Dan, Mina wants to know what part of New Jersey you are in.
Fort Lee. Fort Lee.
Fort Lee.
Is that when we did it at Yavna, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Amma from Philadelphia came to our JSTEAM session. Dan, I think you were there for that as well. Dan gets the JETS points for the evening. We'll send you a box of chocolate. You come to 3 workshops and you win a prize.
Yeah, hi. Hello, everyone.
Hi. How are
So,
you?
do you want me to go on my smartphone? Because right now on my computer.
So I'm going to turn it over to Amir now. Can you see his screen?
I can see the screen totally. Yeah.
So Amir's going to lead it from here, and he'll tell you when to look at your phone.
All right.
Exactly. Good. So everyone can see my my screen of the old school learning slide.
Yes. But we can't see you. If you want us to see, you have to turn on your video still.
No. I'm not too interesting. The presentation it is interesting. And in a few minutes, the app that I'm going to show for my cell phone is even much more interesting. So hello, everyone. Smadar just introduced me. My name is Amir. Very nice to meet you all. I'm a teacher. I'm a math teacher here from Israel. I really love technology. And I will tell you a short story about my class 5 years ago that started all this startup that's called ClassMe. And of course, we're gonna download the app, and we're gonna see what can we do with the app and what are the advantages of it. So like everybody knows, old school learning look like that, and nowadays, virtual learning is like that. And just as Madar just said exactly, students are connecting to the phones. It's like their third hand or even their second hand sometimes. And it's very important that it will know how to combine this tool inside the learning and inside school or outside school, but inside the teaching and learning process. So my story began when I had a WhatsApp group with my students, and one time they had an exam, and I couldn't show up for the review lesson before the exam, and they were so nervous. So I told them, okay, let's open a WhatsApp group, and everything will be fine. Actually, they were in Israel, I was abroad, and they didn't even know that. And what happened in this lesson, it was amazing. Like in 2 hours, all the class was connected to the group. Everyone was asking questions, wonderful questions. They having a real kind of collaboration between themselves. They answer each other. I was there, really amazed from this process. And I thought to myself, okay, this is something that should be done a lot more in the right way. And this is why.
Sure, my pleasure.
We lost you, Amir? Yeah, and welcome Mark. He also works with Class.me, but he's in New York. Amir, you still there?
Yeah, you don't hear me?
Now I do. You're on twice. You know that, right?
Yes, because one is my cell phone. I want to show it in a second, and now it's fine. You can still see my screen?
No, we just see your name, which is not your name. It's Nir's name.
I see. Just a second. I will reconnect from my... just a second.
No problem.
Now it's supposed to be connected?
I don't see that one. No.
Oh, just a second. I will reconnect to the... I will reconnect to the Zoom.
So when Amir says he was abroad, he was actually in New York, and his students were in the Merkaz of Israel and studying for a math test. And this WhatsApp group that he was facilitating, they didn't even know he was out of town. And they were posting math questions and answers. And instead of him always leading them to the answers, other students were able to then pop in their opinion, and he was able to say, kind of just lead them and facilitate, which is where we want our teachers to be now. We want them to be facilitators. Obviously for math, you need some kind of basis, but he'd already given them that. This was studying for a test. And this can be applied to other subjects, obviously, which is what we'll be looking at in a few minutes. Yes, now we see your screen. You're up and running, and we see you. Hakol tov.
Okay. So you see the screen, right?
Yes.
Good. So this is how actually the big, I'm sure you know the word balagan. This is like the mess and the balagan that was in the WhatsApp. And so that's why we created ClassMe. And ClassMe is a chat-based virtual classroom learning center. This is what we do. Our main goal, just a second. Our main goal is to make the class better. And we believe we're going to do it with the slogan, get together, study better, and with collaboration between the class with social studying. This is the platform and the service that we are offered to the schools. I will go over it very quickly because the main thing is to see the app. So basically, as you see the left side, we are offering private premium network communications. We're going to see it in a second in the platform. I'm going to show you and emphasize you how you can use it with your class. It can be math, it can be English, it can be Judaism, it can be anything you want to teach. And if you're a little bit creative, and I will show you some ideas, you can do wonderful things with it. The second thing, and this is an additional service that we are providing, this is the private tutors. Let's say you have an exam, let's say you're a math teacher, and you're having an exam, our teachers, our tutors can come and help your class, and you don't need to do anything. Okay, you can sit in your home with your families afternoon before the test, and the tutors will exercise your students. And afterwards, you will get, and this is the third part, you will get really nice analytics about the class, about what happens there. I think this is enough for the theory, and let's go to the practice. I will go now to my phone, and I will ask you to get your cell phones if you have there, and if not, you can just see it on my screen. Just a second.
Have any questions so far about what you've seen? Or obviously we're going to try it out now, so we don't just expect you to understand it without trying it out. But if you have any questions or thoughts before trying it out, then please feel free. Like, how does it work? Do kids all need to be in the same spot? What subjects are going to know? They don't need to be in the same spot. They can be home. They can be in one spot, like in a Hebrew school, and they want to all be on their phones. You can do it then as well. You can have different students working on different subjects in this app online. So that could be in school, out of school. It could be a supplementary activity. It could be homework. It could be classwork. All the options are really up to you. And welcome, Jonathan, from England. We are now.
Okay. Now can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my cell phone, and if I can start the demo,
Yeah.
it's fine with you?
Yes.
Great. So this is my cell phone screen that you probably have your own, and the screen. You see on the bottom, you see the classroom icon. I'm pressing on the icon. Okay, and then I will see, here it is. I will see all my classes. What second? I will transfer it to English. Sorry for that.
That's okay. So you can have many, many classes in ClassMe. You don't just to have one. If you're in a school, it could be every class. It could be within classes. You can have multiple. He put us in one class today called 101.
Yes. Okay. Back again. Smadar, it's fine?
Yes.
Okay. So here you can see that if I'm a student and I have a lot of different subjects, I will have different classes. But let's focus on the group that you have. And this is Judaica 101. Okay. And here, this is like the main screen of the class. So first of all, you can go to the classmates. You see on the right tab. And the classmates, you can see all the classmates. We have Barry here, Dan, Mark, Mina, and Smadar, and myself. Okay, and of course, you can add your own picture and stuff like that. On the class chat, you can post general messages and stuff like that. This is like a regular WhatsApp chat or Facebook chat. This is for general messages and stuff like that. And the questions tab, this is the most important one, because here you can see that all the posts are representing different questions, which means let's go, for example, to the first post. Okay. Not that one. Oh, I see that everyone, your first task. Okay, great. So let's say, you see there, I push the first button, the first line. This is like the first post. I push on it, and this is my first task. And here it said your first task. Please write your name and place of birth here. And now I'm scrolling up the drawer, and you see here, okay, you see here that I can reply to the specific task. Okay. Now, so Smadar said hello, I was born in Israel. Mark said Mark, Long Island, and Barry said Las Vegas. So if someone else is connected, you can now try to post it. Okay.
How'd you get from Las Vegas to Texas? You like hot climates, don't you?
I do.
So who brought you from Las Vegas to Texas?
My Bashert, of course. My husband is originally from Dallas.
Good move, good move.
Okay.
I like Texas better than Megan.
Me too.
Yeah, and you don't get the flag.
Okay.
That's better. Yeah.
So now I want to emphasize you like a little bit some examples of nice things that we can do with the system, with Classme, with the platform. Let's say you see one of the last posted, it said collaboration, shitufiyut in Hebrew. Okay, so let's say I want to talk, and basically this is like the main thing that we are doing in Classme. It's collaboration. I'm going to show you a short movie inside the app. Okay, so that just tell me if you can hear the volume from there, the sound from there. Okay, so I'm pressing it. Okay, and it says shitufiyut. Don't worry, it will be with translation in a second with subtitles. And then I want everyone just to write something about the short movie that we are going to see. Okay, and let's try to make a little discussion. Okay, so I'm pressing on it.
We don't hear it.
You don't hear it?
No, but we could see it. I could show the other video on my screen. Not this one, but the other one.
No, but let's say I want, okay. Which one?
The Shevet Achim.
Just a second with that. Okay, just a second. Okay, so let me think.
יש לי את זה על המסך שלי.
Yeah, okay, but the thing is that you can see, okay, it's never mind if it's not, you cannot hear it, okay? Just read the subtitles, we'll do it for a few seconds. So you understand the idea. What's the point of everyone?
Okay, do you want us to comment on it now?
Yes. Okay, so this is the movie, okay? And let's say now that I'm asking the class, each one of the students need to comment it. So I'm going and put it up, and then I can comment. And if someone is logged in, if you can please comment, Madar, if you can comment on this specific post, okay?
I did.
Okay. Great. I think collaboration is very important. Okay. Now, of course, I can reply to what just, oh, Mina, great. So Mina said, okay. And I'm replying on what she said. Mina with double N. Okay. Now, so here you can see a lot of, thank you, Barry, for the comment. And can hear the discussions. The wonderful thing is that the discussion is only on the same post, okay? So it's not like a big chat that everything is messy. So now let's say another thing. Let's say I'm a shy student. You are all teachers, you know that some of the shy students in class, they will never raise their hand, okay? And even here on this platform, they're maybe shy to see to say what they have to say. So I can press, you see on the right corner, on the bottom, you see this nice face from Incogito. Someone just know it. I can press on it, okay? And when I'm pressing on it, okay, I can share my thought and it will be anonymously, okay? And if you can see here, because I'm a teacher, only me, Amir, and because I'm defined as a teacher, it will tell me who is the student. But you, if you will look at your cell phones, you will see that this is anonymously, Okay?
Let's just pause for a second and make sure that people understand what's
Okay.
going on because they're looking at the screen, they're looking at their phones, there's a lot going on. So I just want to
Okay.
take a second and hear from you. Do you have questions about what's going on? Is it clear? Are you confused? What do you think? What are your thoughts right now? Barry, how are you feeling?
I love it. It's a really wonderful platform.
Okay, any questions about the functionality of it? No, you're
So
good?
far, so good.
Okay, great. High tech in Texas. And how about you? Dan?
It's working fine. I'm not sure what Zoom is, but I'm on the ClassMe.
Right, so Zoom is where we're all participating. We're participating now in two different places.
Yes.
One is Zoom that we could see each other and talk to each other. One is ClassMe where we're writing to each other on an app through our phones. Your Zoom is on your desktop or your laptop or an iPad, however you're connecting. ClassMe is an app, which is on your phone.
Okay.
We now have two different ways. If you're just using ClassMe in a class, you can be standing there and everyone's on their phones on ClassMe, or you could organize a ClassMe activity with your students on 8 o'clock on a Thursday night when they're not with you, but you're saying, okay guys, we're all gonna get on for half an hour, we're gonna watch a video about Rosh Hashanah, about the meaning of the shofar and what you think it means, and everyone's going to post. That would be a class, but you won't see them, you won't hear them, but you'll see them because you'll see them listed. You know they're there, you know they're posting, you know exactly what they said, you have data of what they said.
Exactly.
נעמת, בסדר?
אני לא הורדתי את זה עוד על הזה, אני מסתכל, כי אני לא זוכרת את הסיסמה שלי.
אוקיי. את יכולה להסתכל על המסך של אמיר בינתיים?
אני רואה על המסך, בהחלט.
אוקיי, או את יכולה לעשות את זה אחר כך אם את רוצה נעזור לך. Mina, how are you doing?
So I'm fine. I got both things going at the same time. I'm actually in the school's ballroom, and it might get a little noisy here, so I might have to find another spot. But I guess what I'm seeing, I like the platform. I'm seeing it as something that really is an advantageous platform to use when not in school as opposed to in school. Just because if you've got the live kids and the live teacher in the classroom, I'm not sure what the advantage is of using the technology as to, for instance, the shy students. You could be doing the same thing with Post-it notes. People, students could be responding on a Post-it. Shy doesn't have to verbalize, but is able to still give a response, and the teacher can still be aware of, the understanding level of each child in the classroom. I do, however, like it as a platform to be used when not in school. And I'm even thinking, here we are in the Northeast, and there are times when, even this time of year, you have Khalil, but a hurricane, and you could have, the year of Hurricane Sandy, we didn't have school for a week.
Wow.
So it could be used, for that. Or
Snow days,
winter,
right.
when it's snow days, that I can see it being a really
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. That's a big benefit. The school in Pennsylvania said they'll be able to learn during the snow day.
Yeah.
And also, what was I just lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Yeah, you mentioned that you kids could use Post-its instead of ClassMe as an alternative. So I just want to look at that for a second. Did you mean like Post-its, like paper?
Yeah,
like a Padlet?
Like paper, that's what I'm saying. Like in the moment, they could be
Tactile.
the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
They could be responding, and it could be set up visually in the classroom, and you could categorize the responses, or there's so many things that you can do.
Yeah.
Effectively and actively with Post-it notes. The paper Post-it notes.
Right.
So
so it's an alternative if you really want to keep what they're saying in a safe and secure and shareable space.
Yeah.
It's really important that you share and track their data. So then these would be less inclined. If you want them to get up and around and moving around and they've had a lot of screen time that day, then you would want to use this. But if you have data that you really want to share later on or remind them this is what you said, then ClassMe would be a great option because it would all be there for you.
Yeah.
Right, and it'll be organized and archived.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that.
Okay, do you want to, Amir, move over to the next song?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll count
Yes.
that one because you don't have audio.
Yeah.
So I need you to, all right, I will.
Yeah. So I would just show you the idea, and then we let's say you see here where is it? This is like, here it is. Okay, not on the bottom, the one up from it. Shevet Achim and Achayot, a tribe of brothers and sisters. Okay, so let's say we want to make a discussions and a lesson, a real whole lesson about this one. So here you can see this, although it's in Hebrew, you can understand the idea. Okay, here you can see that we have a real lesson. This is like a website that we took from other source, and here you can play with it. You can go to test one. You have missions about it. You see this is the Atikva, and you have some questions, and it's interactive. And on top of it, if you want to ask something or comment on something, again, you are open the drawer and just comment on it, okay? And if you just want, let's say you want to do an activity, nice activity about how do you sing this song in Hebrew, in English, sorry, okay? So you see here the yellow one, Shevet Achim v'Achayot, that's how you sing it in English. When I press on it, okay, when I'm pressing on it and I play it, and so you cannot hear the volume.
I'll play it with the volume. I can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So here you see, I found a nice video that singing this song in English. So here you can discuss about the translation between Hebrew and English.
So let me, I'll do it now, okay? So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna do like a little mini Judaic studies class.
We're going to continue the video?
Yeah. Okay, so you should be looking at my screen now. And this is, let's say we're doing a Judaic studies class on Ivrit, and this song has a lot of Israeli references and biblical references. So the question I'm going to ask you to post after we see the song are what biblical references did you hear and what were they? But I'll remind you again. Did anyone hear this song ever? It's very popular in Israel, insanely popular.
שנה במכונית אני נוסע ומביט על מה היה ומה נהיה ואיך נפשי עוד הומייה מהמצדה של הזריחות ירושלים בסליחות מחוף כנרת ואכסי
מהמסיבות של תל אביב אבי חלם והתפלל
לחיות בארץ ישראל היום ילדי אותי שואל מה הסיפור של ישראל
כאן זה בית, כאן זה לב
ואותך אני לא עוזב
אבותינו שורשים
ואנחנו הפרחים המנגינות שבט אחים ואחיות אותה שכונה אותו רחוב תרי סרבנים של יעקב
אוספים ביחד נדודים בתוך תרמיל געגועים אדם ונוף מולדתו חורת קווים בכף ידו בין התפילות לנדרים
ריחות ברדן של הדרים
ובעיניה של אמי
תמיד אמצא את מקומי על הגיטרה מתנגן ניגון עתיק שמחבר
כאן זה בית, כאן זה לב ואותך אני לא עוזב
אבותינו שורשים ואנחנו הפרחים המנגינות שבט אחים ואחיות מבראשית הכל תפור טלאים מתעורר, אני מכאן אני שייך, וכל חבר שלי כמו אח.
אתה פועמת בלבבי, אני מזרח מערבי.
כאן זה בית, כאן זה לב, ואותך אני לא עוזב. אבותינו שורשים, ואנחנו הפרחים המנגינות.
שבט אחים ואחיות.
כאן זה בית, כאן זה לב, ואותך אני לא עוזב. אבותינו שורשים, ואנחנו הפרחים המנגינות. שבט אחים ואחיות, ואותך אני לא עוזב. אבותינו שורשים, ואנחנו הפרחים המנגינות. שבט אחים ואחיות. שבט אחים ואחיות.
כאן זה בית, כאן זה לב, ואותך אני לא עוזב. אבותינו השורשים, ואנחנו הפרחים, מנגינות. שבט אחים ואחיות.
שיר של
So what do we think of the song?
So Smadar, if you can just, if I can share my screen again.
Yes.
Okay, great.
I want to pause for a second, just get their feedback about the song. Have you heard it? What did you think?
Exactly. So now just let's do it. I just
Digitally?
want,
You don't want anyone to talk?
no. I just want to see how we can do it virtually. You see on the yellow post here, okay. And if you can, Smadar, this is, by the way, you can watch it later. This is the same song with the English words, okay. And Smadar, if you can post here your question that you just asked. You see it?
Yes, I'm writing. So I'm
Great.
writing about biblical references.
Exactly.
That was one. Another question, what did you like about the song? Or if you didn't like it, then why? So if you want to add.
So now you can talk, yeah, you're not going to talk freely, of course, but afterwards we can add the comment here, so it will be, it can be saved.
Well, I know Naama doesn't have the app, so we're going to let her talk. How's that?
Everyone can talk. No, everyone can
Not
talk.
letting me off the hook.
Yeah.
I learned this song from my nephew and nieces. They're 5 years old and they didn't stop singing it this summer.
Yeah, everywhere you went. There was not a ceremony, the June end of year, there was not one without it. And like I have 4 children, every event I went to had that song. It didn't matter if they were 5 or 15. That was the song of this summer. So you're familiar with it, Naama.
Yeah, it's the first time I heard the whole thing and saw some of the words when I was, looking at. But yeah, I think it's very catchy. My question is, it's talking about us, Israel, and if we are out of Israel, like how can we sing it without making the kids here that are not in Israel feel
Connected.
unconnected?
Unconnected. So you feel the kids don't respond to the kids in America don't react to this? Feel free to.
I think they will react. I think that at least the chorus can be something good. There's a lot of words that it's hard. Of course, in translation, you can work on the meaning. But you can definitely teach the Hebrew chorus, and that's a very catchy and very nice and very good feeling song.
So positive feelings, good vocabulary.
There's Zionism, there are places, there are biblical references. There's a lot to do with that.
Yeah, and of course, all of these were famous singers. I can't name more than 2 or 3. Probably Amir can name more of them.
Not anymore.
But I don't know if your students know any of them, but that's obviously a cultural experience you could have as well. Your internet is horrible. You love this information, the platform. Okay, thank you, Barry. That's great. Mina, how about you? Your kids are in a day school environment. Have they heard this song before?
So I'm not sure. I love it. I love the song. I'm having trouble technologically. I wrote in an extensive response, but I didn't see where to hit post.
Did you press the little arrow button next to the guy?
What I said was, I love the tune. I couldn't see it on my phone, so maybe that's the problem with my phone. Oh, wait a second.
If you press that little arrow next to the guy with sunglasses.
Concealed. I just found, I see it.
There you are. Yeah, I see it.
Oh, this one.
Who wrote 13 tribes? What's the 13th tribe?
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But now it's me. But this is kind of a reaction that you can comments that you can get.
So Dan wrote 12 tribes. Moses. When did it talk about Moses? Who posted that?
I think they did.
It says Moshe. It said Yaakov.
It's again the problematic student again. It has to be me.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah.
So he's demonstrating the troublemaker student on the app.
Exactly. It is reading everything anonymously.
Okay. And somebody wrote Matzada. That was also Matzada. I don't think is in the Bible. It's in Jewish history. So you could change the question to expand Jewish history. You could ask what places they recognize, the Dead Sea, the Hermon. I saw some mountains there. The guy with the snow. So basically, you could get into an interesting discussion about vocabulary, places, fingers, like you said, Zionism, anything like that. Oh, when Levi is omitted, Ephraim and Manasseh are listed, and then we get 13. Dan, is that what you meant? Let me. You can talk now, Dan, if you want.
Yes. Tanakh always lists 12. If Levi is off doing something else, then Yosef is split into his 2 sons to make 12.
Good observation. So we all can collaboratively learn from Dan's mentioning. So which are the 12 tribes? If you're counting Levi, you're counting Yosef, or you're counting Manasseh and Ephraim. So that's another, and where are they located? What are the biblical lands that they've been given? You could take that route. You could compare it to modern Israel. There's a lot you could do with this song. One of the reasons why it is so very popular. Okay, Jonathan, I don't know if you can hear us, and Dan's phone. Dan, is that you also?
I can hear you. I'm with you. I'm just driving around rainy Manchester. I'm just following what's going on.
My phone is logged in also.
Oh, okay, great. So we have Dan.
I'm not logged into Class Me. It's probably not safe in driving and doing this.
Probably not.
Playing around.
We won't tell.
I'm going to myself.
Okay. So we have a couple minutes left. I wanted to just again pause and hear from you. You see what it can do. Amir, maybe if you want to.
Yeah, I want to show you in 10 seconds two little things. Okay, much more little things like pictures. Okay, if you can see, you're gonna love it. This is yours. The last post. I'm gonna press on it. This is like the 3D Judaism student work. Okay. Let's say you're giving a task to your students. Let's say they need to build some presentation, and then we want them to publish it in a class space. So this is like a closed space to your class. And you see here, this is like a work that we students did. Okay, and if you press on it, you can see it's really like. For that, maybe you can elaborate in 2 sentences about this work.
This was a class, actually, too bad Barry's not here. This is a school in in Texas, in Houston. And the teacher used a 3D design app called 3D Design, called Tinkercad, which is a 3D design app. It's free. And your students can design. You don't need to print. He was offered a 3D printer. He said, I'm not interested in the printing. I'm interested in the process. And they looked in Tanakh and in Mishnah and in Gemara, and they designed anything that had dimensions. So, this was Jewish history, a medieval ghetto, actually looking if you're doing a heritage tour and what was in Jewish history and how were Jews forced to live and what did that actually look like. You know, the big houses were small. And if you want to flip backwards a little bit, you could see some other biblical and Jewish historical dimensions. That was one. The Mishkan, the Beit HaMikdash, that is a tefach, a measurement. Which
Wow.
is
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. The tefach is used to build a sukkah. It's used to build different things. So these are student-designed creations that they were given a measurement and were told design. And then you want to have a discussion about the students.
Exactly. Yeah.
Class me, and you facilitate a discussion about whatever it is you want. They follow.
And then
to create.
you can post it here and this, and you can comment on this. Okay, you can do like that and comment, and all the class can see it. And the thing is that every post sending by itself. Now, for the last thing, let's say I want to post a question. I'm a student, and I want to ask a question my teacher. I'm tapping on the post a question button, and then let's say, excuse me for the math questions. It's not going to be very hard. Okay. And then I'm pressing and I'm typing my question, and then I can do it anonymously. Okay, you can press here. I can add some pictures or some attachment, presentation, the PDF or something like that, and then I'm doing post. And after I'm posting it, if you see there, you see the thumbs up and thumbs down. All the class can vote if they think the question is hard or easy. Okay, I'm tapping on it. And thumbs up, which means this is hard or this is easy, whatever you want, and you need to discuss it with your class, okay? And afterwards, you are getting the pedagogical report regarding the question. You're getting the list of all of the questions and what the class thought about it. So you can go to your class tomorrow morning and do it better and manage the class better. And I'm gonna show you, and this is the last thing I promise. I'm going to show you, this is the report, okay? This is the report that you're getting automatically from us. This is like a real report from a real class that was, this session was held 3 months ago. This was in Chumash in 7th grade. So you see how many actions were there, how many student participants. You can see the list of the active students. You can see the list of the observers. And this is a tool that you can use with your class. So you can encourage them to give them motivation to participate more. And like someone just said before, this is like an after school hours platform. And I think this is it for now, generally.
Yeah, so again, if you sign up, you get all this data from every class that you do. And we can send you, Amir and Mark will send you information about, you get a trial, I think a month trial, and then there is a cost.
Yes.
So they'll send you all that by email.
What is the cost?
Mark, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
So, the cost it's very cost effective. There's a charge for the platform for the year. And depending on the size of the school, it'll vary. The most they'll go, like a big school of 1,000 students, could be close to $5,000 for the whole year. Less than that, depending on the class, it's anywhere from $2,500 for the whole platform for the year. And then the school decides if they want to buy hours for the virtual tutors for the classes. And the tutors are like, it's $50 an hour, but it covers the whole class. So it kind of comes out a few dollars per student than spending In some places, like in New York, you could spend over $100 an hour per, for a student. Did that answer your question?
What about for Hebrew schools? Small schools, small amounts of students, probably not using a tutor. If you have a price for them, maybe you can either share it now or send it on email, because I know Naama and Barry and Dan are all in Hebrew schools.
Okay.
Sure.
We will do that.
Just a question, you are going to be sending us all this information in an email?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And
For sure.
is in New Jersey.
And then also there's I don't know if I don't think Amir discussed, but the voice feature is a very good feature to learn the Hebrew language, because you could have tutors in Hebrew, and you could hear the diktuk, you could hear the pronunciation, and you could really learn how to speak Hebrew. And I know a lot of yeshivas, and my kids all went to yeshiva, they don't really speak Hebrew fluently after spending so much money.
Terrible. But also we could, Amir, I think will be in New York with Mark the second week of September. If any of you would like to meet them, we'll put.
Yeah, we're going to be September 16th. We're launching new pilots at YCQ, which I'm sure you're Yeshiva Central Queens. We got our first charter school, and now Yeshiva Flatbush actually reached out to us that they want to start a pilot. So, in Israel, we're doing phenomenal. We're in over 100 schools with a virtual learning center of all Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, and now, God willing, we'll take off here in the United States.
Right.
I just sent you, Mark, thank you for the addition for that. I just sent you the picture of the sound of the voice feature. It's very easy. It's very common. You can click on it and send your message in Hebrew and English with your own voice. Another thing, Mark, maybe you said something about doing like it, how do you call it, for the school, with the logo of the school?
Yes. So the platform is branded to your school, and it's branded, and it's what do you call it? Secure platform just for your school, branded for your school, and you could utilize it even if you want to. Let's say the school decides they want to have a day of learning for someone and want to try to raise money that way. They could advertise. They could do anything they want. So it's like branded for your school. So I think that's what Amir wanted me to point out.
Exactly. Do you have it's like a different app. It's called Classroom for Schools. You see, I just pointed it. It's like a different app. So you can choose if you want the general classroom or the Classroom for Schools, and then it's like with your own logo and with your own name on it. And it's very nice to the school. The students feels like it's their own app.
Okay. So we're officially going to stop here. If you want to stay on and we'll have more and answer more questions, we will stay on. But we promise till 8:45 my time. So thank you for coming. It is recorded. We'll send you that recording as well if you want to share it with any of your colleagues.
So much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.